Hi, dear children. We are back with the science class, and today we are going to do second chapter, and the name of the chapter is Microorganisms, Friend and Foe. Children, we all know that in our living world there are different types of living organisms. If we leave the non-living part on the earth and talk about only the living creatures, then there are different categories from micro to macro, right? Macro means the big or large animals or large creatures which could be seen through naked eyes, and micro are those organisms which could not be seen through your naked eyes. So today we are going to study about these microorganisms which could not be seen through the naked eyes. We are going to study how few of them are our friends and few of them are foes, means enemies to us. Now, what is the definition of microorganisms? Certain organisms which are too small to be seen through naked eyes are called microorganisms, and microorganisms are classified into four major groups, and the four major groups of microorganisms are bacteria, virus, algae and protozoa. So we are going to elaborately study about these microorganisms, how they are useful to us, and if not they are useful, how they are dangerous to our body or dangerous to us. Here you can see some of the common microorganisms known. See the picture of bacteria. Then here you can see algae. Here two different algae you can see. Then example of protozoa, right? And you can see fungi. Fungi is the plural form, okay? Fungus, bread mold, penicillium, aspergillus. Then algae, two examples given to you: Chlamydomonas, Spirogyra, amoeba and Paramecium. Oops, how can we miss viruses? Here is the picture of viruses. So from the picture, children, what do you say? Aren't these microorganisms interesting? So let's start. Where are they found? Where do microorganisms live? Microorganisms may be single-celled like bacteria, some algae and protozoa, or multicellular such as many algae and fungi. They live in all types of environment, ranging from ice-cold climate to hot springs and deserts to marshy lands, and they are also found inside the bodies of animals, including humans. Some microorganisms grow on other organisms while others exist freely. So, what it wants to say, वो ठंड में भी रह सकते हैं, they exist in cold also, they exist in hot atmosphere also. So they can live in desert regions also and marshy land areas also. Marshy land areas means what? जहाँ पे कीचड़ हो, okay? They are also found inside the bodies. वो शरीर के अंदर रहते हैं और शरीर के बाहर भी रह सकते हैं. आप अगर देखो तो आपके आई लैसेस के ऊपर भी है, आपके नाक के ऊपर है, आपके लिप्स के ऊपर है, हर जगह पे they are found everywhere. When you are licking your lips, you are taking so many microorganisms inside your body. जब आप अपने होंठ चाटते हैं, जब आप अपने उंगलियां चाटते हो, तब ये क्या होता है? आप बहुत सारे ढेर सारे माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स को अपने अंदर ले लेते हो। ये आपके बॉडी के अंदर भी मिलता है, ये बाहर भी मिलता है, एवरीवेयर। जस्ट एज वी से गॉड इज omnipresent, same way microorganisms are also omnipresent, that is they are present everywhere. Now children, that we know microorganisms are found everywhere. Now the relation between us and microorganisms. Microorganisms are actually very much helpful to us in many ways. Some of the microorganisms are helpful to us in many ways, and some microorganisms cause damage to us. They cause different diseases. So now we are going to see that topic, that which all microorganisms are helpful to us or they are friendly to us, and which all microorganisms are harmful to us or we can call pathogens to us. Now children, when we talk about friendly microorganisms, in that case few of the microorganisms are used in the preparation of bread, cheese, butter, curd, etc., etc., food items. Then few of the microorganisms, as you know, in the last chapter, in the previous chapter, we have studied about the natural manures or the compost manures. They are prepared by the use of the decomposition of vegetable waste, vegetation waste or plant or animal waste, which are being further decomposed by the microorganisms. So they are farmer friendly also. Then few microorganisms are used in the preparation of medicines, vaccines. So as I said, microorganisms are used for various purposes. They are used in the preparation of curd, bread and cake. They are useful in cleaning up the environment by decomposing the organic waste into harmless and usable substances by bacteria. Recall that bacteria are also used in the preparation of medicine. In agriculture, they are used to increase soil fertility by fixing nitrogen. तो क्या क्या फ़ायदा है माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज़म से, वो कैसे हमारे दोस्त हैं? एक तो खाने की चीज़ें जैसे कि कर्ड, ब्रेड, चीज़, केक एट्सेट्रा बनाने में वो हेल्पफुल होते हैं। आप देख लीजिए ढोकला, खमण, इडली, ये सब फर्मेंटेड है। तो हाउ दे आर फर्मेंटेड, ऑल दिस थिंग्स, प्रिपरेशन ऑफ दिस थिंग्स, फूड आइटम्स यू आर गोइंग टू स्टडी। आज तो आप कुछ हद तक खाना बनाना भी सीख लेंगे, कुछ फूड आइटम्स बनाना सीखेंगे इन माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज़म्स के बदौलत। ओके, तो फिर आगे बढ़ते हैं। वो ऑर्गेनिक वेस्ट को ब्रेक करके, डिकम्पोज करके वो हमारे लिए मैन्योर बनाते हैं, जो सॉइल को फर्टाइल बनाने के लिए काम आता है। एक तरह से वो सॉइल को फर्टाइल भी बनाते हैं, ओके, और दूसरी तरफ से वो एनवायरनमेंट को क्लीन भी कर देते हैं। और दूसरी तरह से जो वो फर्टाइल करते हैं वो है फिक्सिंग नाइट्रोजन। एटमॉस्फेयर का जो एटमॉस्फेयर में जो नाइट्रोजन होता है उसको सॉइल में फिक्स करते हैं। सो इस तरह से दिस इज़ हाउ माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स आर फ्रेंडली टू अस।